You know what, actually.
Yeah.
You know what, Matt, that is your good. I mean, the board should have the shots, like, professional names for, like, yeah. So that fairly cheap. Oh, it's just for, paper things that they need.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, it's somebody, not when it has to be a person. Krista does.
Like your background in your picture,
Doing what?
I kind of caught the idea of like a tree, because you.
Well, that was my own, I just did it like with a background that's plain, I know, but I don't know if it's like professional.
But there may be other professional.
Yeah.
That's what I'm.
Yeah, right.
Can't believe you're out.
I know.
Kind of a what?
I know.
Dismal.
I
Not, we need like those fancy ones. Right now.
like facial makeup and hair.
Right, because in the mall back in the 80s.
All right, I'm gonna bring the Grand County School District Board of Education regular board meeting and public hearing to order. It's Wednesday, June 24th. It is 5:21. We are here at the district office and we are available via Zoom and live stream on YouTube. All board members are present. Superintendent and business administrator are also present. You are here to speak to the board. Please fill out a speaker card and pass that forward. And if you want to turn your phones to silent or vibrate or off. Maybe. Be hopeful, thank you. Let's do the pledge of allegiance. Jacob, will you lead us in the pledge?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I.
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Mission statement. Or if you read the mission statement.
Our mission is to put each student first every day.
Here. All right, announcement, the proposed tentative budget for fiscal year 26-27 includes a proposed property tax rate. Right. Approval of the agenda.
I would move we approve the agenda as presented.
Is there a second?
Second.
Dave Beerscheid makes a motion, Jenna Woodbury seconds to approve the agenda as presented. Although it's those in favor say aye. Aye. That passes 5-0. Next is the budget officer statement. Business Administrator Jody Hamilton will read the budget officer statement.
Grand County School District Board of Education is formally notifying the public that the tentative fiscal year 26-27 budget and all budget discussions do include a proposed tax rate increase.
Thank you. Okay, budget officer property impact statement.
So in your red folders, there is an updated impact statement. So you have, it might be on the agenda too.
It is.
For those of you that are used to meetings and used to this, there's an updated one right there. I won't walk you through it entirely, just property taxes, estimated revenues came in higher than the county was anticipating. So the capital levy that was proposed to be increased to 0.001469 is actually 0.001425. And I will get more into that when we have the budget discussion.
Yes, that's stated here.
Under the, where it says proposed.
Oh.
Yes, so this is just updated because we got the tax, the actual revenue numbers from the state.
Next. Public comments, are there any public comments? All right, board recognitions. All right, we are recognizing Maddie Francis. Let's stand up. Maddie won the 2A Coach of the Year for track. And she is, yeah, she's here to be recognized. Anyone want to speak? Jacob, you work with her closely. She's your partner in track and crime.
Yeah, so she won Coach of the Year this year for the Women's Coach of the Year. Kind of cool, the way that works is all the other schools nominate coaches, you can't nominate someone from your own school. And then all the 2A coaches vote on that, so that award is voted on by her peers. So I think it just goes to show all the great work that she does within the track program. She likes to say that she's like, oh, I'm not very vocal, people don't know who I am, and I'm like, well, obviously they do know. So she does a great job.
You're welcome to. Yeah. I don't know if Tish wants to give up that baby though.
Hey, baby.
See you guys.
Oh my gosh. Busy people.
Oh,
Moving on to the information and discussion items. School fees, FI school fee, fines, charges. Oh, I have to say, that public hearing at 6.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just saying, go on.
Yeah,
I just
sorry,
read it.
my bad.
I'm a little slow.
So we have to move down. Okay. School fees. Are we,
Am I presenting on that?
Mhm.
Okay, so, this is at the work session a couple of weeks ago, there was, the school fees were presented, along with the changes to the policy that needed to be made. So the policy now includes the verbiage about McKinney-Vento are considered fee waiver students. That needed to be added. We have our own policy for McKinney-Vento, but it also needs to be added to the fee waiver policy. And then updated fee schedules, they changed slightly from what was presented at the work session. The biggest one being the middle school added the National Honor Society fee and took off. Did you have the science lab fee on there at that time? Maybe took off the science fee. We cannot charge a fee for science lab. And then the high school's changed. Might have put them on the- we should do it for yearbooks. Oh, we took off the yearbook fees on the high schools. And the middle school schedules,
why is that?
because anything that's on the fee schedule is fee waiver.
Oh.
And so, if a fee is on the fee schedule, then, it is subject to if the student qualifies to be a fee waiver. So,
So there's no fee, so the yearbook is just.
the yearbook is optional to purchase. You can purchase the yearbook, but it's not required.
It's not,
So it's not on the fee schedule. It's kind of the way to look at it. If it's
Okay.
optional or, a core class, it's, not on the fee schedule. So those were the two big changes. The other change was just that verbiage at the bottom on both schedules that talks about McKinney-Vento and any of the other fee, potential ways to qualify for a fee waiver that have to be included on our schedules.
And this is an action item later today.
Did you clarify my question about the supplies?
So,
Sorry.
no, I have not had conversations
Okay.
with her chef.
Okay. Okay. Any questions about those?
we're voting on the fee schedule as well, not just the policy.
separate action items maybe.
Moving on to policy review. Attached, are the policies that the policy committee has gone through. And these are the ones that we found didn't have much to discuss for clarification. However, if the board has that, please speak up.
I did have a question. I just need some clarification, so I thought maybe Matt, you could explain. So under the sex designated athletic activities, programs and events.
Which one?
That's, I'm sorry, FABA. Okay. Basically, male students, and they define what male is and what female is separately, but male students, you know, can't play the female, that whole thing. So I guess
We have a page that we're looking, oh, it's only.
I'm just, yeah, it's only one. I was looking at the part where it's been added in the however a student may participate in the interscholastic activity governed by the UHSAA, which does not correspond, if the student has obtained eligibility approval from the school activity eligibility commission. So my question is, who is the school activity eligibility commission? That's state, right? That's not local, right? Okay. And then, what is there a way for me to find out? I'm just curious what that looks like, this application or whatever it's approved, you know, for the to obtain the eligibility approval. Like what that is. Do you have any information about that part, that to apply so they can do?
I
You
don't.
know what I mean? If you do anything about that.
I don't have any information specific to
Okay.
what that school activity eligibility commission is, so that's
Okay.
something that we can
Yeah,
definitely get some information on. These are just on the agenda that we posted, so
Sure.
we'll have more
questions later.
in-depth discussion
Okay.
as that goes, but that's one we can
But
definitely.
if we could ask about that and also if, again, we can do this later, if another clarification. So I know that we have certain sports that are considered the school sports. And then we have the things that, I guess for something, let's just say, I'm gonna use the example of cheerleading. So if you have a student who is born male, has all the male sex organs or whatever, that is something like cheerleading, would that be considered okay for them, for that male to participate in? Because cheerleading is more, like they can have male and female, you know what I mean? Like those kinds of things can still happen, but your traditional football versus softball or football versus girls basketball, those are more the hard line. Unless they receive this.
Most of that discussion, the hot topic is volleyball, San Jose State's been the.
Oh, okay,
poster
I didn't even know
child-
that, okay,
Poster child for this,
okay,
at the higher education level, but
okay,
if volleyball, for example,
Yeah.
where some feel that there might be some type of advantage or disadvantage.
Sure.
And really, again, this model policy and heavily relying on USHA to guide us on what we can and can't do with USHA sanctions rules.
right, okay. I mean.
But I do think it's good to point out, I did
With this-
basically find out what the school activity eligibility commission. How that,
What
what
that
that is comprised of
Okay, thank you.
in that process.
But I think, but with like cheerleading, I
Cheerleading's
believe
fun.
anybody could
Yeah.
join cheerleading.
Yeah.
It's not,
Because it's, but if it was something like football or soccer, boys soccer, you know, that's just
yeah,
like, would that?
well, and that
apply?
that would be that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it appears to be, I mean, there is some. I guess each individual sport may be unique because you have, and I think it was even brought up when we moved to 8-person football, that it's not necessarily 8-man football, it's 8-person, because they do have.
Right,
Female athletes participating in that in certain schools, and so I think there may be some.
so anyway, I'm
Some
just curious.
discussion on what that
Okay.
looks like, so.
Okay.
Something to look at.
You'll follow up.
I will.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Any other, let's see, we have. Listed ECC, ECF, EDC, EEE, EEB, EFEB, EFE. Are those E's?
EF, FABE, HA, FABA, FDA, FDAB, FDACA. And a lot of this discussion with policy committee was, they were a lot of code. And even though we might agree or disagree and some controversial things that would be in these policies, we locally are just following state code with these basics, so, kind of hard with some of them, yeah, because. Any other questions, discussion? Staff and community reports, we have board committee reports. Laura, do you have any?
Well, it was kind of, we canceled on June, coalition meeting, and then, the clinical safety was canceled as well. So,
Okay.
same.
Okay. Happy? No.
I mean, I did go to the maturation, but I think, was that talking about before?
Yeah.
I did, yeah.
Okay, business administrator report.
So you have a copy of the annual risk fraud assessment that we have to complete and then send to the state auditor. The only thing really to draw your attention to is item number 5. That's not a yes or a no, it's just not a check mark. Matt and I have both been busy and didn't really do a great job in helping train all of you on the risk assessment. But if you'll notice at the top, we still earned 375 out of 395, what still keeps us in very low risk category overall. And I just submitted this to the state auditor and
So on that note too, a little bit of a handoff as we transition with Gary, and what the process has been historically, even when I was enrolled as administrator, of understanding exactly how we're tracking. I know the board has their documents where they do a lot of tracking on their specific training and maybe having stronger communication and discussion. Or if that.
It's in a Google Doc.
It's in a Google Doc. and what-
The problem with that particular one, though, is the last sentence, within 4 years of term appointment,
Mhm.
so. That's a long time.
I took it, I think we took it this year, like since January, or it's online, right? Just the
So,
online.
and that is, it's
So I can look on the Google and
It's
you
likely
need
that,
that too.
it's likely that you may all have taken it.
Yeah.
However,
It's-
last year, this was a thing that got pulled in the audit and
Yeah.
getting the documentation to show that.
Okay.
And I did not want to finding, so rather than, I
Do
erred on the side of caution by leaving it blank here.
Yeah.
But that is a difficult one, but maybe that's something we can focus on too, about making sure, streamlining that process for any.
Yeah, every time we, whether that's open meetings or any type of training, once you complete it, you should be either emailing that to Jerry or, basically every time.
Yeah, I just checked it in that Google Doc that I did.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
needs to be sent, yeah. Cause you'll sometimes get a certificate, not out every time though.
But if you do forward on to the business administrator.
I feel like you got that 4 years one is not one that's an annual one. That's just a once, but I'll double check and see if where it is at with that.
Still, to Jerry's point that she mentioned earlier, if you look at the overall score on that broad risk assessment, we are still in the extremely low.
My
very acceptable.
question, so in the past, number 3, does the entity have a licensed or certified expert as part of its management team?
So in the past, we have.
Yeah.
We won't have that going this year.
Okay,
Y'all tell me if I need to do something.
Yes.
so you gonna go get your CPA? Oh,
You got some summer.
No,
You got some summer.
Yeah.
you know, I'll let you know if
Because
I'll update you. I'll.
thank you.
Mhm.
It's really high up there on my. So,
Me as well.
yeah.
And then at the bottom, number 11, does someone authorize payroll payments who is separate from the person who prepares payroll payments? You said no.
Oh, no. I audit the payroll before it is posted, but Krista posts it. So she prepares it, I audit the reports before it's posted. And then she goes in online and posts it. So she both prepares it and posts it, but I audit it in between those two. I audit the timesheets that are handed in with the payroll journals.
So that wouldn't be it. That isn't a yes. That's still a no, huh?
Yeah.
She prepares and posts, is that why you said that
That's why.
that's a no?
The authorized part of stuff.
But you're okay.
She's authorizing it to be posted, not just actually posting.
Okay.
So
Wouldn't that just be a change
there's
of,
probably some gray there, but
but
Yeah.
couldn't that just be changed so you could get it? But it's not worth any
It's
points, I
not
guess.
worth any point. I mean, she does both duties, they're just audited in between, so I just, I mean,
it's
kind of gray, so I just said no to be on the safe side.
Okay. All right. Any other, this is your board report. Any other
I don't
things?
have, no, the rest of it's in the public hearing.
Okay. Superintendent report?
okay, so a couple of quick updates. Construction at HMK is, we've got 2 different projects going on. And both are going full steam right now. Continuing to work on getting the preschool original project completed as quickly as possible. We have had some setbacks, but we're working through those and trending in a positive direction. The Plaza project is going smoothly so far. All of that it actually looks really good with all of the stuff, having been taken out, and they're starting to pack dirt and grade and things like that. So very excited about that. I attended the Utah School Superintendents Association annual meetings last week. There's some things to be very excited about, and there's some things to be cautiously optimistic about, and there's some things that will continue to struggle as we implement legislation. Also very active in the JLC process already for the legislative session that will be upcoming in January, and seeing where that goes.
You have been, or?
I have been. We kind of got a little bit of a teaser from Dr. Nye, Governor Cox's education guy, on what might be coming in the last 2 years of the governor's administration. I think it's going to be heavily focused on apprenticeships. He did do a tour of Europe and studied some of their apprentice programs. So it's quite possible. I don't know how quickly we'll see that this legislative session or the next, but quite possible that'll be a big push. I think we're posed and in a great position to actually kind of be part, and when we lead out on that, depending on how it comes down the pipe with the addition of the CTOE online enrollment and expanding our Catalyst Center, which is now Apex grant. And really, we're in a great shape to execute on that. I can say that as of right now, knock on wood, for the time being, we're completely staffed with certified staff. We were able to find an ag science teacher and a couple of elementary teachers, so that's exciting. Yeah, I can't believe how quickly we are preparing for the beginning of next year. Seems like last year just ended, but we're full steam ahead and going from there. Trying to think, I'm sure I'm missing a bunch. Let me know if you have any questions. I am still continuing to visit with the county about their plans and with a new public safety building and how that might interact with the school district and what that might look like. So we'll probably be inviting you back for a facilities committee meeting now that they have some more direction on their plan and just see, kind of what direction we want to start going on. Yeah, I know I'm forgetting a bunch, but any questions for me?
Are you, no. Okay. Monthly school reports. Patch. the special ed report.
On monthly school reports, before you get into it, historically, I think Jill pointed this out, we have not done those for the month of July. Right, so unless directed otherwise, I think we'll just stick with that pattern.
Yeah, they're not working, so they wouldn't be coming.
I'm just saying. I'm sure there's some that would like. to
But some
volunteer.
people show up still, but you don't have to do a report. Okay, any questions for Jill? All right,
Holly is excused tonight. She is attending the Lady Schools Summit in Lehigh right now.
do we have any questions for Holly to follow up? with
Is
the
this,
announcements?
or with the HMK data, is this? Is there new stuff here, or was this stuff, it is new stuff that we've.
Yeah.
The RISE stuff is new, okay.
She just said she
And there,
didn't have everything.
there is a lot of it, and I'm sure if you do have any specific questions, then shoot an email to Holly.
Yeah.
Or let me know at the time.
Cause RISE is done in May mostly.
And it's just raw data that you're looking at, it's not the final data that you get like in. Yeah, we don't get the ELA data, the language arts meeting data until later, because it was early in September. We just don't get that data until the fall because they have to rate it or, evaluate it, so.
Right, if you do have questions to Holly, email her and just CC the board, so we might have the same. Or we missed something, so. Middle school report. Any questions for Carrie? Are these goals, are they tied to, where are you? I just, yeah, are they, tied to,
Address.
yes, thank you, okay. And then, so some of these, follow-ups, like, middle of the year meetings were difficult to do because of time restraints is one of the things. Is that at the end of the year, you did a survey for the teachers, or is that just, that's always been part of this goal number 4?
It was it was always a part of the goal, and
Okay.
then that was just my own reflection on like, okay, what would be better to help the school?
Okay,
And I didn't reach that part of that goal.
so out of these goals, we are in our, like, I guess, Matt, on our time frame of like these kind of goals things, we're looking at these again. And we're stating them, are we assessing some of these goals out and fleshing them out? Is there a timeline on this kind of stuff?
I'm not sure I'm following that question.
Well,
As far as the goals that relate to HRS and what the timeline is there.
and our, like, what we're being presented of, it's goal reflections, right? I guess this is Carrie's, I didn't see anything else from other people, but like, are we?
So
In HRS, is there what's the process in these type of goals of like, now we're going to reflect,
I think,
and now what?
I think we're talking about. And they're convoluted because they interact, but with our HRS goals, there are a structured timeline of, like, right now, we're working with the certifier and representative of Marzano to verify where we're at. Document that, or take that documentation and from the Google Slides to their app modal, and then certify we're at level 1 and we move on to it. As far as the individual school campuses and their goals, we're looking at this as kind of with the board reports as kind of a pseudo 90-day plan type of thing, where we're setting out what our goals are. Reporting what we did, reporting the results of that, reflecting and deciding, okay, what do we need to do to get to our goals? Is this goal still important? And going through that cycle just repeatedly throughout the school year. Does that answer your question?
Yes. But I have a follow-up. So something like, sorry for picking on, I'm not really picking on you. I'm just like trying to figure out what our role in something like this. And so, like the SMART goal kind of thing of like ESL instruction went well, but more training and support is needed. Agreed. But
Okay.
what does that mean? Like, if you're gonna put that, if that's
So
as a
this,
board, like, I guess it's just like either data or do we need?
both, but in answer to your question about what the board can do,
Mhm.
that's really, we're laying the foundation for that at the retreat
Okay,
next week,
okay,
where we are having that in-depth conversation and kind of preface that a little bit, with just some questions last time to reflect on. But deciding as a board, why are we here? What is it we want to accomplish? How do we accomplish that? What do we have? What value, we all have varying interests. Obviously, we all care about public education, putting each student first every day. But what are the core categories that we can align on and take that vision of where we want the district to go? And that's the board's role in setting those parameters, managing the budget, looking at the data. Then, once we have that outlined and kind of as our published strategic plan, if you will, tying that in to the school levels and where are those needs? What are those needs and where does the board commit? Do we need more money for, instruction? Do we need, to rearrange resources? Where you come in with, your standards of your policy resources and then reviewing the data and interlining those. So having that overreaching kind of plan that then administrators can align where they need to go with their individual buildings to is the plan. And the first step of that is really fine tuning our strategic plan as a board. And that therefore we know what is the board's role. What are the board's guidelines and what are the board's guardrails? Really clarifying that. And so, next Wednesday, a week from today, we'll be starting the process.
Yep.
Or am I talking, I feel like I'm talking in circles, so.
Well, you have to keep reminding me, so that's probably where we're talking
Okay.
in circles. Okay, any questions for Carrie about her report specifically? Yeah? Okay. Sorry, I heard yeah. Okay. High school.
What is the ACT composite prediction?
On the scores for the state inspired test.
Yeah,
Okay, it's the average composite prediction of how the students will do
oh, based on their scores
based on
here.
their score, yeah.
I don't think so.
So, and it's just how the students will do as an average,
Hmm.
not individual students and their own, because every
Right.
individual student gets their own predicted.
Right, okay. So the composite average, ACT would be 18 in 2025, and anyway. ACT. composite.
Did you figure it
You
out?
can figure, if you go to fit, did you see the thing where it says fit? I mean,
You have old eyes.
right. Well, I missed it. Something else.
No comfort to PDF. That would be-
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of stalling.
I was gonna say, just a reminder, you got 4 minutes.
I know, that's why I'm
3
stalling.
minutes, so if you have any questions,
I'm stalling.
if you have any questions, get them out now, because you're gonna get cut off.
Dr. Reset?
Going to the-
Okay, any questions? All right. So I'll just recess right now. Is that okay?
Mhm.
Okay. I'll accept a motion to recess. The regular board meeting. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Jenna Woodbury makes motion, Lord Green seconds to recess the regular board meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
That passes 5-0. We will recess at 5:58. This is the worst thing.
Yeah. Like, should I pause it? Okay.
She doesn't. Gavel in the public area, yes.
Retired comedian, we don't have to do his nuggets, I mean, I'll be offended if you leave, because this is fantastic, but you're pretty good. Right? But I did it later. Does that make sense? What I said, most from the close. There's a smoke. It's hard to get real. Get going. I got my eyes open, you know.
We'll find her.
Okay, dude.
Get him open for that.
I just need you under it. You never know what's in it, just that.
Yeah. So. Come out and come out with people sharing, you know, comments and whatever, yeah. The specific, you got the right, the specific verbiage of how the motion has to go, right? In there, do you remember last year, I was passing you that verbiage, I had to.
Yep.
It's on here. Yep. She went and researched it and put that in there, and the reason that. Like, what he was doing is the tax rate.
Don't wanna do it.
Don't wanna do it, then what you'll do is. I have what I mean, like this, it's right there, that's what it would be without. So, cause that's where we would be for the state, these are the auditors, rates, these are auditors posted, that was changing. Anyway, that was passed.
Am I signing all four of those? And I-
Yes. Brand 2%.
Hey, yeah, you're like, you know. You're like, we have open day, it's 37 minutes. And they, like, as long as. You're young and dumb, we're just.
6:01.
So if you wanted to do something that way, you would do it that, because that's a preventative and something, I'll just throw that out. Again, it's small. For kids, maybe you didn't have kids.
Yeah, I will, that's kind of their thing, like, so optional.
That too,
Yeah. Cause I asked her about that.
Oh, so you were. Like.
Okay. Oh, speaking of.
Okay.
It's small.
All right. I don't know how, I forget how to do this. What's that?
You have to do a motion.
To do what?
You just,
Go into the public.
you need to gather into public, yeah, we got it.
Okay, we're coming out of recess at 6:02. No, yeah? Or is that a recess for that meeting and? Or am I starting a new, I'm not starting a new
You
meeting.
are starting a public hearing.
Yeah.
You're going into a public hearing.
Okay. Coming out of recess at 6:03. And we are going to go into a public hearing. And I do need a motion to go into a public hearing. Yeah. I'll accept a motion to go into a public hearing for the budgets and tax rates.
I move we go into a public hearing for budget. What was the end of that?
And tax rates.
And tax rate, sorry.
I'll second that.
Dave Bershon makes a motion, Kathy Graham seconds to go into a public hearing, to talk about final budget and tax rates and a tentative budget as well. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that passes 5-0. We will start our public hearing at 6:03. Yeah, Jerry.
For the 25.
Coffee.
I know that something was.
Do you have the cover? Oh.
Oh, there.
I'm gonna do that before I do the tentative budget. Okay. So before, when we move into that one, because that pertains to that part, not this part, so. Okay, so for this one, this is the final revision for fiscal year 25-26 budget. We just did the mid-years at the end of April, so there are not a lot of changes, but there are some changes. So if you'll scroll down to the second page. Again, like all of the budget presentations, that first page of actual budget is a summary of Fund 10, so we will come back to this page. And let's go to the second page. The second page is the revenues. The biggest thing to point out here, can you hit the plus and make that a little bit bigger? Awesome. Perfect. Okay, so we are going to be looking in the blue column, which is the budget revision for the end of year. The biggest thing that jumped out to me when I did them that, is the local revenues, the property tax revenues, they are up just shy of 200,000. Honestly, the biggest part of that is the redemptions from Grand County came in much higher than anticipated. Lots of back taxes, were collected and paid. All of my redemptions are over 100% of what they had anticipated and estimated them to be. So the biggest jump out there was, the biggest change there is redemptions. That have now been realized. And then if you cruise down to the next one, the state sources, there weren't any mid-year or after the mid-year updates, there weren't any final updates that changed. Those are kind of the above the line funding sources from the state. None of those changed. So nothing new there to discuss. Moving down to kind of the below the line, it's up a tiny bit than mid-year, but not a lot. The biggest change again there is the state PILT and the mineral lease funds from the county got a little bit more than had been anticipated, but not, I mean, it's up $6,000 a little bit here and there through a couple of programs, but nothing really significant. So if you cruise down to the second page, and you can pause and ask me a question at any time, happy to. So if we cruise down to the next page of the revenues, this is the federal sources of funding. There's two in there that will jump out at you. The first one is the federal forest funding, 66 or 76.99. We had $9,150 at mid-year, and it's actually $21,159. We typically only get one round of federal forest funding, around $9,000 to $10,000. We got a second round in late May for $11,000 more. So that big surprise, unexpected, it was just shy of 12. So bonus there. And then the other one you'll see is program, I think I gave it 7802, right under Title I. It says Title I-CSI for 55,000. That's the additional funding that we're receiving from the state for HMK in CSI status. That money is now available on Utah grants.
Explain what federal forest.
It's money that we get that's
They-
allocated to us.
Because they make money off the forest? Can we profit in it?
I don't know.
Oh.
It's only to rural schools. I don't know if it's something that's
Well, there's some formula
campground
that
fee.
the federal land
from
affect us.
USDE that we
Okay,
get.
yeah,
It's
okay,
only for federal, it's only for rural schools, no idea,
Yeah,
but
okay.
we got two.
no problem, I just thought maybe I needed to go get some more trees cut down or something.
Yeah,
Maybe it's
go
the only-
get it, Dave, you got 12 grand off of them, cut some more. So those are the two big changes on the federal side, so if you'll scroll down to the bottom of that.
Is that, sorry, you'll probably hit that on expenses, but CSI, is that allocated? Is that
Mostly staff.
Did they
running-
tell you how to
Holly
allocate that?
wrote the plan, Holly and Jill wrote the plan for that. And then I pulled the budget off of Utah grants that they have inputted in there.
So
Oh, you had to apply for it.
No, it was given to us, but
Because-
we,
Because we're designated, we're allocated those funds.
but I still have to
Good
request the
formulation.
reimbursement.
We,
Oh.
we have to submit the CSI plan no later than June 30th, which has been submitted.
And it's mostly staff.
Yep.
Is it supplementing staff or is it extra staff?
Hiring an additional like 3/4 time para. So,
And
as part of the plan, Jill could answer more of the
It's
questions
safe
on
to say,
that plan.
we didn't get the funding that we originally thought we were gonna get, so.
For that
Not-
particular,
Not as much for CSI.
we thought we were gonna get more.
That's not new.
So if you'll go back to the bottom of page,
And CSI is a federal?
it falls under the federal, it's in the, it falls under Title I, which is federal,
Okay. But it's through the state.
It's channel, it's.
channeled through the state. So you'll see there that, mid-year revenues were estimated to be 28.3 million. Final estimates is 28, just shy of 28.6. Again, biggest reason is redemptions. The collections of and outstanding taxes up way more than the county had anticipated, so that's the biggest fund. I mean, there's a little bit of extra from the grants, but the biggest jump comes from.
And eventually not eventually, but
I'm
those-
not budgeting that much next year because there was such a huge collection this
balance.
year.
in there
It is-
waiting to,
It's just cyclical in nature.
yeah.
So
Probably 'cause
down
I
on the
paid-
next page, page 5 is the, we'll walk through the expenditures of the general fund. Again, not huge changes here, a little bit, you'll notice there in introduction. The staff, the salary costs are down a little bit. Honestly, the biggest part of that is, staff changes throughout the year now, just truing up the numbers. You'll notice that the substitute teachers, not as many substitutes the last couple of months of the year versus what we had originally budgeted, so that's down quite a bit. Paras are down just a little bit, not a lot, that's just a function of, we've had a couple of them leave that we didn't rehire towards the end of this school year. There are certainly are looking to be replaced as we move into next school year, but as we finished out this year, so no big surprises there. Nothing really out of the ordinary. The only other big one that would probably jump out is if you cruise down to purchased services under line item number 700, equipment and tech equipment. I increased that budget to almost 115,000. A big part of that is some of the new smart TVs that the campuses purchased for some teachers that wanted them. A couple of them for the new preschool, and a big chunk of that is the Chromebooks going into next school year. So no big changes there. The next section, student services, don't really have any big changes there. Nothing stands out. I mean, the paras are down just a little bit. Again, had a couple of them leave. Spring break time weren't replaced by the end of the year. They're will be hired if they're not already for next school year. So staff services, again, no big changes in any of these. That one's almost exactly the same. I mean, a couple $100 off. So you cruise down to the next page. We'll go into the district administration, school administration and business services. No big changes here. I made the changes in the business services where in mid-year the budget was quite high. I reduced it back down. Just had a couple of people that were in the wrong accounting code and so moved those around. So it brought that budget back in line with where it should be. So no change, no big changes there. Cruise down, you can ask questions, certainly, we have them. Not a lot of big changes, because we just did this in April, so unless the funding source significantly changed, not too many changes happened along through the last 6 weeks into the school year. Again, operational and maintenance, not a huge change there. Purchase and property services are down just a little bit. Part of that's just timing. Timing on some of the upgrades and things that the maintenance department is going to do are not gonna happen until July, so they're not gonna be, they'll be expensed next year, not this year. Utilities were down just a little bit on the natural gas side, but that's probably due to the mild winter more than anything, so utility bills are up a lot this month, so we'll see how that plays out. So you can scroll down. No changes there under student transportation. We had already budgeted fairly high on fuel costs just because they were high last year at this point in time, kept them the same, so there's no big surprises there. You can cruise down to the next page. This is the community, this is the mentoring and beacon program. Had a couple of changes there, mostly just in the employee benefits side. They had hired a couple of folks throughout the year that took more benefits or had a higher medical, maybe insurance premium than they had originally budgeted. So no big changes there. So overall, looking at approximately ending the year with about $27.5 million in expenditures. We'll go back to the summary sheet in a minute. Can I just cruise down to the next funds real quick? Or do you want to go back to the summary sheet?
Nope.
Okay, so cruising down to the next fund, which is Fund 21. This one, I took a pretty big in-depth look at it when I did the preliminary budget, so they're tracking with right where we were on mid-year, so there are no changes to the, this is the funds at the school. This is the individual school accounts. No big changes there. They were tracking pretty close to, what we had estimated at mid-year. So there are no changes in this fund if you want to cruise to the next one. The next one, this is the pass-through fund for the charter. You'll see, this one did change. This was a change on our final legislative, revisions. So originally we were budgeted at 159. When they do all of their tax calculations and whatever the formula is, our portion of that move for this fiscal year was 229,000. That's just passed through, so that budget reflection is shown there. I don't have that secret formula, so don't ask me how to figure it out, I don't know. I'm just given that. So if you'll cruise down to the next section. This is the debt levy, not any significant. The thing that you'll notice there again, just like in Fund 10, is the redemptions were up. I did adjust the interest on our investments down just a little bit. The last couple of months, we're not earning quite as high as interest rate as we had the first part of the year. The rates have fallen just a little bit, so I did adjust that down by $10,000. Just because that's where they've been tracking a little bit lower. Again, you'll see that because of the redemptions, we're not eating into the fund balance quite as much as we had anticipated mid-year. But still, this was on track with the goal, having, using up some of the debt fund balance, about 500,000 to 600,000 as this debt moves into sunsetting over the next couple of years. We need to spend down as much of that fund balance as we can. So we'll be spending about 500,000 of it, closing it out at the end of this year. Scroll down just a little bit. So showing you that we'll have a fund balance approximately about 1.5 million in the debt moving into next year. There are 2 years left on this, so we'll be spending a little from each of the next couple of years. So cruising down to the next one is the capital fund. Again, we're looking at the blue columns at the moment. Capital, again, like the others, redemptions were high, so revenues have increased a little over 100,000 from what we had anticipated. I did not reduce the earnings on investments in the capital fund. They have remained fairly flat the last couple of months because there's not a ton of money left in this fund balance. As we've paid for the track, HMK remodels and all of those things with cash instead of seeking new debt. So if you'll scroll down just a little bit, you'll notice purchase services is up just a little bit. These are some of the, and then some of the remodel going on at the high school, the flooring, and some of those are factored into that. Other pretty flat. So if you cruise down just a little bit, you'll see that, keep going. I mean, we're using up, you'll see that the deficiency of $3 million, that was planned expenditures with the HMK remodel. But I guess the big thing that I want to point out, because of the redemptions, refunding of the bond last November, we had anticipated having about $800,000 in the fund balance for capital at the end of this fiscal year. It's going to be closer to 1.5 million, which is amazing. It's double kind of what we were anticipating.
Because of why did it
The
go?
big thing is the refunding, and then the second was the collection of the redemptions.
Okay.
So, between those two,
That's a good jumpstart.
yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good,
Trying
to like
to-
having an ongoing capital fund moving into the future. So then if you'll cruise down to the last page here. So again, this is food services. I'm happy where this is trending. So not a lot of changes in the revenues there, so scroll down just a little bit, they're up slightly. But if we'll look at expenditures, there's a couple of things there. Salaries are down just a little bit. Part of that is we were just kind of short-staffed through the year. Moving into being fully staffed as we move into next year, we have one more position to hire, and then all the kitchens will be considered fully staffed. Showing that we were anticipating transferring out about $600,000 from the general fund to cover the nutrition program. At the way that this is currently trending, about 475 to 500, I'm happy we'll probably be transferring less than 600,000 into the nutrition program, which is trending in the right direction. So anyway, that's a positive on that one also. So if you cruise all the way back up to the second page, the first page of the budget, it's kind of the summary. So if you'll go up right there. So scroll down just a little bit. So you'll see that I've left the 600,000 in there. Just, I mean, I'm optimistic that it's going to be 500, but this is a budget, and so I need to make sure that we're covered and do it conservatively. But you'll see that 28 point, I'm going to just call it 0.6 for discussion purposes in revenues. Again, the biggest jump is from redemptions. 27.5 million in expenses. So we're looking at an overall increase in the fund balance of about 1.1 million. Transfer 600,000 of that out to the nutrition program. Anticipating still an overall fund balance increase of about $500,000 at the end of this fiscal year.
When do you do that 600,000? Is it
In the next
June 30th? I mean, it has to be by June 30th. You transfer whatever money needs to go into.
Well, probably do it in mid-July as I'm closing out the year end and making sure all the expenses are in and covered. But yes, I've started that process. So that is the final budget revision for fiscal year 26. Questions, comments? Concerns?
Is the 600,000 covering the it's like school lunch day? Most of that.
And some of the school lunch debt, actually, I mean, it's not in the budget discussion, but happy to note between Michelle's efforts and Sarah's efforts, we've collected quite a bit in June, on outstanding, debt. So the soft campaign that we did is, working really well, actually. So happy to report on that. Okay, so no questions from you guys on fiscal year 20.
What is the debt? What is the debt of how much do people?
145? 142?
That was the original.
I-
That's what.
I just
Now
need a
That's
round.
and anticipated at the end. It's that's where it's been trending this year.
Okay.
And that's a year. That's
No,
The
that's
year.
collectively from like,
forever.
I'd have to look at that individually. As far back as lunchtime will go.
As we have.
As it begins.
So, but well.
So it's never been paid off.
There will be some changes at the end of when I close out this fiscal year as we roll into the new lunchtime module. That will be writing off some of that debt from
Yeah.
teachers and staff that are long gone. So, I'll be. it's about-
Teachers, staff,
it's
and
about
kids.
Yeah, students, long gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Graduated, moved,
Right.
all of the above.
Dave,
that's
you're gonna
about
get a bill.
It'll be just.
They owe me money.
16. It'll be about 16,000. So somewhere right in there. Okay, so then I'm gonna shift gears. You all have, any of you want one updated property impact statements right here? So we'll go into fiscal year 27 budget discussion now. So this is, as we move into fiscal year 27, and we discuss the preliminary budget. that hasn't changed, and I'll explain why in just a second. But this is an updated property impact statement based off of the tax rates that I have gotten in the last week and a half. So I just updated this, for your general discussion. So if you'll notice, it says under current fiscal year, so this is to continue the capital campaign of increasing, proposing a tax increase in the capital levy. So current fiscal year, with what's on the certified tax rate website today from the Utah State Tax Commission, our capital levy was going to be 0.001314. Because we cannot count inflation. We can count new growth, we cannot count inflation. So I changed that number. In the previous property impact statement, it was what our rate was this current year. I've changed it to what the tax commission said it would be next year if we choose not to pursue, or you choose not to pursue truth and taxation. If you do choose to pursue truth and taxation, messing with the numbers a little bit, getting close to the 475 that was proposed, this is at 450. The tax rate is is significantly less. Before it was gonna be 0.001469, now it's 0.001425. But still looking at an increased revenues in the capital fund of about $450,000. The biggest reason for that is we cannot recapture the inflation of the property taxes, but we can recapture new growth. Grand County had a huge unanticipated new growth in their property taxes. The highest new growth in 10 years. So Pat and I had estimated about 3 to 4%. Chris had estimated about 4%. It came in much higher than that. Kind of took all of us by surprise of how high the new growth came in. So that's a reflection of that.
You guys understand new growth?
Not that I was guessing in my head what it is, but
So
be good.
on property taxes, we cannot, how the tax rates are set up is we cannot gain revenues from the inflationary factor. So the state automatically reduces our tax rate, like the 1 point on that capital levy, instead of being the 0.001344 that it was this year, they have dropped it to the 0.001314 because that is considered the inflationary factor. But we can capture any new growth in the county, which could be new residences, new motels,
500 new apartments.
new apartment complexes.
Remodels, any type of building.
Yes, a remodel?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so we're allowed to capture new growth, we're not allowed to capture the inflation.
And inflation is assessments,
Right.
Right.
when you're assessed.
When your assessed valuation goes up. But so anyway, unanticipated new growth, much higher than anybody had anticipated, which is,
But they have to come online
Just to
as
clarify,
well.
During that year.
yes.
just to kind of
So-
clarify that simplistically, with property value is going to increase. The two factors making that increase are inflation of property value and then new actual value of property. So we can't capture the inflation piece of that growth. We can only capture, or that increase, we can only capture the growth piece. I'm trying to just.
So the inflation would be if your assessed valuation goes higher next year than it is this year, that's the inflation.
Do we get affected by deflation?
We don't,
When is that ever?
we don't wanna be in that.
I mean, I know, but you
But yes,
never
it
know.
does
I mean, I just am
happen.
curious.
Yes,
And I believe, but I don't, it's January 1, and so when you see, there's still stuff being built out there that might have come online February, that is not also in here, so potentially the next year, January 1.
2025, if it came online in January 2020.
Sit, the treasurer, it looks at January 1st, where you're
so
at.
if you run a hotel on in December,
26.
we
But
get
yeah.
to capture the growth.
This
If you
year.
bring it on in February, we don't get to capture the growth until a year from then.
And so just in response to Dave's question, while this is important to understand and a critical piece of our budgeting and forecasting, some of that is semantic, I don't know if that's the right word, because of our guarantee.
But because of the state guarantee.
Because of the state guarantee, because we're not generating more money, we have that state guarantee, so it just changes how much money we get from the state.
And
So
we
if we
generate a
were-
lot of money, we don't get as much from the state.
So
It's
if
all-
we
Generate less
inflation-
money, then the state
Yeah.
will reimburse the
Yeah.
difference.
So and that's just an.
Yeah, that was correct.
Okay.
yeah.
So just kind of, if you'll just cruise down through that a little bit for me on the property impact statement. So what you'll notice is on the previous statement, it was going to be the proposed increase for the capital levy was going to be about $31.96. Because of the unanticipated new growth, we're actually only looking at increasing, the property taxes a total of $28.97 on the primary residence, and then $160 versus $182 on the commercial. So, having unanticipated new growth is, you know, a savings to the taxpayer. So then if you cruise down to the second page, the biggest thing to point out here is because of the unanticipated new growth, we're collecting less on the debt levy than we had proposed. The voted and board levies have gone down a little bit. That again is the inflationary factor. But overall, on the property impact statement, we have talked about it before, the taxpayer will actually see a tax decrease because of the reduction in the basic levy, the voted board and debt levy. Those collectively, the reductions in those collectively are more than what we're saving, what we're proposing the capital to be. So like, for instance, the overall savings to a primary residence on a taxable average value of $260,000 will be $26.09. For a commercial business, you're looking at about $146 overall total savings, so.
Unless you.
Did you write that
reassess.
somewhere?
Unless you're reassessed. No, that's on
Okay,
mine.
all right. That's fine.
Unless it's an inflationary factor for reassessment. It's not, that's not my department, so. So anyway, we're looking overall at a tax savings. Moving into next year because of the unanticipated growth, even though we're proposing a capital levy increase, it's an
Yeah,
overall tax savings, so. With that being said, let's cruise into the budget discussion, and I will caveat this by saying the preliminary budget that was presented to you at the end of May has not changed from this tentative budget for this evening. We're gonna be looking at the far right column, the pink. The reason that it hasn't changed is because I now have the tax numbers, but the state, in order to meet all of the deadlines, this budget has to be posted 10 days prior to this meeting. I didn't even get the tax rates until last Wednesday, and I didn't get the final state basic rate until Monday at 3:30. So because I cannot meet the posting deadlines with those, when they post those rates for me, this doesn't reflect that. I can tell you that the local and state sources, I can't say for the federal. I did my own little tax summary for you, just for way of comparison. We, up there, those are about 26 million, I don't know. 27. Well, you gotta take off and the state is kind of, so let's just look at the local. So that's showing 16 million. We're gonna be looking at about 22 million in
Local?
increased revenue for the local sources.
gonna
Because
go
the
from
state sources
16
are, huh?
It's gonna go from 16 to 22 million
Approximately. It
in
went up a
local
lot.
sources.
But part of that will include the state basic levy, so it'll kind of even out, but that is, there will be an increase there. We'll see how it ends up. So anyway, there are not any,
Again, that's not going because of the.
Yeah.
State guarantee, it's not going to.
So the state
Impact the
sources.
overall.
It reduced what we were getting. They will reduce it.
So it's not a huge gain.
Got it. Okay,
That
doesn't
we have
sound
to
that great.
realize, it just changes.
it just
Where it comes
changes,
from,
changes where they're all moving around.
right,
We will realize some though because of the growth.
yeah.
okay.
So, so there aren't any changes to that budget as it was presented at the end of May, just because when I get the tax rates and the posting deadlines that I have to meet and are required to meet. So, but I have since got those for some budgetary discussions. So if you'll cruise down, the other one that is going to change, go down to Fund 26. And I know this because I just got this one last Friday. Which one was the charter?
That's faster.
The pass through, yes. This one is also going to change. I was on the phone with the USPE last Friday. Or Thursday, I guess. Friday was holiday. This one right now is budgeted at 204. It's going to go up to 208. So, that's anyway,
Will you have fall opening for the budget, or are you gonna wait? Okay.
we'll do one like February, March. Cause I'll get the mid-year, that'll be reflected on the mid-year update about, get that mid-November is when I get the mid-year update. So that will be,
So it'll still be, we'll be operating on this budget till February, March.
no, because we will be, if you choose to or don't choose to do truth and taxation, we will hold another hearing for the budget in August, and it will have the changes. So this is tentative tonight, so that we can operate beginning July 1st through the truth and taxation hearing, and whether you approve that or don't approve that, or choose to go through that or don't go through that, we still have to have another budget hearing in August to formally adopt this year's budget, and then it will be original and not tentative. Just the way that it flows. So there are those. Now, tax rates, do you got any questions on that? I mean, I didn't change it because my numbers just come in too late. No other reason. I actually emailed the state USP guy to see if, because their revenue numbers came in, if I can change that. And he says, to meet your posting deadlines, I would recommend that. Okay. So do you have the tax form up there too? So the other part of this is the tax forms. One friend, you want to go first? Yeah, that's fine. This is to, let me make it big. So this is the Grand County, so you have the state basic levy in there, it came at 0.001351. They had first told us it was gonna be 5.2, it's 5.1. Why? Had anticipated, so to be sufficient to cover our bond fund and use up some of our fund balance next year, using up about $600,000 of the fund balance in the GO bond payments next year, we're looking at a rate of 0.000470. The state puts the maximum numbers allowed by law right there. It's sufficient to cover our debt payment. Capital levy, because of inflation, next year was slated to be, the auditor's rate is 0.001314. If you choose to go through truth and taxation, that proposed rate right there is 0.001425. The far right column shows the anticipated budget revenues from those sources. So those are going to be the increase in the revenues. Again, the voted levy is, none of the other levies were raised. So it drops slightly from 8.6. Well, it was 8.82 this year. Next year is going to be 8.62. Again, it's all inflationary. And then the charter levy stays the same, and those are calculated by the state. So
What was our capital levy? The tax rate last year?
0.001344.
1344.
So that's grand. The second page is I have to split them up between grands and county, sorry. So that's the anticipated Grand County revenues. This is the anticipated San Juan County revenues. The rates don't change. It's just the residents of San Juan County that attend Grant County School District. So, and the budget revenues attached to those rates. The rates are exactly the same between the two counties.
Is it always the same or?
Yeah, because it's the district rate.
Okay,
So, yeah. Questions? Thoughts? Yeah.
Any more, any questions?
thank you. Mary.
All right, do we open it up, any public comments out there, questions?
Shay, is there anyone online that would like to comment?
I don't see anybody.
Is that just you?
That's just us. Just recheck for YouTube and see if there's any comments.
Is it up there?
Just making sure for the record that we provided an opportunity for people online to comment.
Oh. No chats.
Okay, thank you.
Can you see if people are watching on this?
One
watching now.
That's Holly.
Oh.
But yeah, you can.
Yes.
Jerry, are we allowed to make comments?
Yes.
Okay, I would just look at line 5203 and 5310. I think the number's just in the wrong place. But I'm not sure.
Are you on the budget or which one?
I'm sorry, I'm in the general fund revenues related to basic programs. It is page 3, okay, look at the cover page. 5203 and 5310. It just appears that possibly the 5203 600,000.
No, because the teacher classroom salary support is now called, that was the old flexible.
Oh, now it's called flexible, it was called flexible allocation, so it's just a new line item.
Yeah, flexible allocation is gone away.
It's gone away.
The new thing for that is.
That.
Okay.
But same thing,
Same thing,
new.
just a new name and a new number.
And there were just some things that stood out in the general fund expenditures, in total purchase services, I guess. No, I'll show that. It's on page 5.
Which line?
Which line?
So the 600 supplies, we just highlighted it like, why did it go from 655,000 to 426,000? Are we anticipating much less supplies,
A big chunk of that is the detail funding. We talked about that last time, of like a lot of the Chromebooks, a lot of the curriculum, a lot of the software programs were in that we come to supplies, and that's gone.
the detail?
Yep.
Once the program revenues go away, and there were a bunch of program revenues braided into that
Break into.
program, once that revenue goes away, the expenditures go away with it.
So the same thing with the 700 and the equipment went from 114 to 42. But it's kind of weird because in the years past, it was 3,800 and then it was
Right.
114,000. So that's what you mentioned about the computers and the other stuff. Okay, and then just under student services, health services personnel. Are we anticipating an additional health service personnel person because it's now up to 148,000?
No, that's just going to be with the cost of increase of insurance, the
Okay.
estimated, COLA
And the label is a little bit
misleading.
not misleading. There are numerous employees who have a portion of that graded into their distribution.
Okay.
So when we think health services, we think school nurse and that's it, right? But some of that funding is graded into multiple distributions of different employees in different roles. So it's a little convoluted, but yeah, that's why it appears that way.
And then I think the final question was I heard you talk about the food service program, but it appears that it went from 600,000 to 750,000. Is that an increased cost?
That's what I estimated originally, and I'm leaving it that right now until I see where the final costs for this year roll out. That may
Okay.
change as we go into August and, it's not a tentative budget anymore, it will become the original budget.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other comments, questions? Okay. I am going to close the public hearing. Did I get a vote to close the public hearing? No, okay. We'll close it at 6:46 p.m. All right, and then we'll go back into our regular agenda here. Okay. Next on the agenda is the consent agenda. We have minutes from June 10th. We have the May 27th minutes. Have personnel, so classified, we have the classified and license changes. We have financial reports for May, we have check register, expenditure and revenue reports for May 2026, and we have an out-of-state travel quest. I feel you.
Operating in 2 fiscal years and 3 months all at the same time.
Where's June? Sorry. All right.
There's a lot going on.
Got a couple more days till it's over. All right, any clarifications on these, Matt?
The only thing I would point out is the out-of-state travel request, the form itself only has one name written on it, but the people that were approving for travel there are Holly, Harris, Libby Bailey, Melissa Edge, and Cole Stock. And that's noted there in the agenda on that.
Oh. In the top part, is that one?
Oh, there it is, yeah, sorry. On the agenda.
So just a clarification.
Oh, okay, thank you. I didn't see that. And that's a safety civil school training. Okay. I'll accept a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Kathy Williams makes the motion to approve the consent agenda. Rose Green seconds. All those in favor of approving the consent agenda, say aye. Aye. That passes 5-0. Possible action items for tonight. We have the approval of the final budget revision fiscal year 25-26.
Need a motion?
Yes, please.
I would move that we approve the final budget revisions for fiscal year 25-26.
Is there a second?
I second.
Dave Richard makes a motion, Jenna Woodbury seconds the approval of the final budget revisions of fiscal year 25-26. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Good job, Jim.
That passes 5-0. Next is approval of the proposed property tax rates. And this is, the motion is listed there, huh?
I move to approve the proposed property tax rates subject to a truth and taxation hearing and final approval.
Is there a second?
Second.
Jenna Woodbury makes a motion, Laura Lee Green seconds to approve the proposed property tax rate subject to a truth and taxation hearing and the final approval of the property tax rates. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
I,
Aye. Who's I get, well, I heard you right. That passes 5-0. Right, approval of the tentative budget fiscal year 26-27.
I move to approve the tentative year 2026-27 district budget, subject to the final approval of the tax rates during the truth and taxation hearing and the final approval of the tax rates.
Is there a second?
I second.
Laura Lee Green makes the motion, Jenna Woodbury seconds to approve the tentative fiscal year 26-27 district budget, subject to the final approval of the tax rates during the truth and taxation hearing and the final approval of the tax rates. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. That passes 5-0. All right, the next would be to proceed with truth and taxation. And that's the motion.
Yes, and to clarify, you're approving to, should you approve, you have the option to approve to move forward to the taxation. But that is not the final decision until we go through that hearing. The decision is ultimately, this is just, that is our intent to look at, go through right now.
so I would move we proceed with truth and taxation. Is that what it says?
I think you have to read this, don't you? It's a whole spiel. It's a resolution.
I hereby resolve that the governing body of Grand County School District Board of Education tentatively approves the following property tax rates and revenues for the year 2026, subject to the truth and taxation hearing to be held August 19th at 6 p.m. at the Grand County School District Office located at 2426 264 South, 400 East, Moab, Utah.
I'll second that.
Okay. Dave Bierschel makes the motion, the resolution, and Laura Lee Green seconds to, of the resolution that the governing body of Grand County School District Board of Education tentatively approves the following property tax rates and revenues for the year 2026, subject to the truth in taxation hearing to be held on August 19th at 6 p.m. at the Grand County School District Office located at 264 South, 400 East in Moab, Utah. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that passes 5-0. All that hard work for 30 seconds of
Right.
motion. But thank you, that went
Right,
smoothly.
yeah, yes, thank you.
And you never know.
All right, the next would be a motion to approve the, well, let's see here. Okay. Oh, there's two, sorry, I can't read. Approval of the Grand County School District fee schedule for fiscal year or school year 26-27 and the addition of McKinney bento wording to policy FI. So those aren't two different, are those
Let's try.
two different motions?
I think they can be separate or combined.
Okay,
I'll make a motion to approve the Grand County School District fee schedule for 26-27 and the addition of McKinney-Vento wording to policy FI.
is there a second?
I'll second it.
Kathy Williams makes the motion, Dave Beerscheid seconds to approve the Grand County School District fee schedule for school year 26-27 and the addition of the McKinney-Vento wording to policy FI.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. That passes 5-0. Next is the approval of negotiated agreement between GEA and Grand County School District. The board reviewed the agreement of the work session earlier this month, and they may now choose to approve it.
So last month, it was a rough draft, and it was really rough. I had some clarifying, I've made those changes to that negotiated agreement that's there before you. Basically just adding a little more information concerning insurance plans and how that cost sharing works. So for eligible employees, the district will maintain the current insurance plans and cost sharing arrangements with the increase of 8% this year. And then again, just coming back to number 4, which I think is important, district will conduct a mid-year review to determine if funds are available for a one-time compensation payment for eligible employees. But nothing different than just the clarification on item number 3 from last time, and it's there for your approval.
Alright. Kathy, you want to make something?
I'll make a motion to approve the negotiated agreement. I will make a motion to approve. Lost it, we'll find it,
That's it.
the negotiated agreement between GEA and GCSD.
All right, is there a second?
I'll second it.
Kathy Williams makes the motion, Dave Berscheid seconds to approve the negotiated agreement between GEA and GCSD. Any discussion?
I don't have discussion, but I'd like to make a comment. It's always difficult, with funding and revenue in public education and, you know, on the lean years and the good years, there still seems to be. And quite frankly, we may not have gotten off on the greatest foot this year in our negotiations, but ultimately I do appreciate the individual associations coming together and coming to the table and understanding and really being able to work with the board. Knowing that it is our intent to take care of our employees, they're our most valuable resource, and accepting that and really coming to the table, and just the cooperation that we had, I thought was really, really good, especially considering where it started. So just want to thank them.
I also want to say, one of the discussions we had, is we are going to do, is it collective part, what is the bargaining tool we use? And we're gonna have training,
We're looking at bringing in, the association, I think, will be bringing in some collective bargaining,
collective bargaining. training.
so that, yeah.
For the GEA,
No,
for everybody.
So that
that's well.
just a refresher for those that have been doing it a long time, and the introduction to those that haven't, which again, I just think shows we have a great cooperation with our associations, and that's something that we should be proud of.
That's helpful. Good. Right, all right, so all those in favor of approving the negotiated agreement between GEA and GCSD, say aye.
Aye.
That passes 5-0. All right, next would be post policies on website for public comment. The board previously reviewed policies. ECCE, CF, EDC, EEE, EEV, EFBB, EFD, EHA, FABA, FBA, FDAB, and FDACA. And we may now vote to post them on the district website for public comment. Okay, look at that motion, sorry.
I move to post policies ECC, ECF, EDC, EEE, EEEB, EFBB, EFD, EHA, FABA, FBA, FDAB, and FDACA on the district website for public comment.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Jenna Woodbury makes a motion, Laura Lee Green seconds to approve or move to post the policies listed on the district website for public comment. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That passes 5-0. Okay, shine policy.
So the shine policy, this is just our annual review. And we did not have any recommendation to change our current. I lost the word. Opinion. To change the current exhibit A, which again just identifies the positions that the board has identified as eligible for shine, which is highly needed education. It's the same thing that we did last year, and it's just up for annual review and approval.
Is there a motion?
I'll move to approve policy DFEP for the year 2026-2027.
I'll second.
Kathy Williams makes a motion, Dave Barefoot seconds to approve policy DFEP for the year 26-27. Any discussion? So it does not change the position, but simply updates the year in policy. All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That passes 5-0. Communications. Dave,
Lots of words, I don't have anything to say.
he raised his hand.
No,
Kathy.
brain it.
Jenna and I went to the JLC meeting.
I just didn't see you weren't pictured in the picture.
Was there a picture?
On the Facebook page.
I don't. We were there. We were
They
there.
have steak?
Didn't they have steak?
No,
Not like
Oh.
last year?
it was chicken.
It was chicken. I got the chicken, but they had steak too. I don't know.
I'm sorry, I just wondered if I missed.
I don't know, but so the night, the evening, presentation, the, representatives that were there. Was Representative Welton, who is from Payson, and he is a teacher in Payson, and, Representative Ariel DeFay, who is from Davis. And then also Senator Hinkins was there. And, just, they were all, very nice. I took a bunch of notes that really I don't remember, all the things that they said. Anyway, they were all, very friendly and very, big supporters of public education. The next day we did the JLC, we went through the JLC priorities, which are actually pretty limited. And we wordsmithed them to death, and I think we ended up kind of where we started. I don't think anything really changed significantly, which is usually how it goes. And this, I just have the original one, but basically they want to increase basic funding framework for special education students. So that is still a huge issue, is funding of special education. Another is to, and there's, they've got this, maybe there's a potential bill that they're running for dyslexia. Apparently it's a two-part bill. $1.5 million is to go to the University of Utah to develop a screener for dyslexia to be used. So it's a 3-year pilot program to maybe, I think, train literacy specialists to identify students with dyslexia. And so LEAs can participate somehow with this first part of the bill. And then the second part of the bill was then they would take these interventions and into the different districts.
Are they supporting that then? That's
They-
one of their
That's
priorities?
one of so that's part of this special education
Oh, okay.
priority. They want, and it says, in recognition of increasing enrollment for students with disabilities, especially because of anticipated qualification due to this screening. So if we're going to be screening all these kids for dyslexia, we're going to have an increase in our special education student body. And so we need to make sure that we fund this.
So is this a new type of screening? Because I
I
mean, I
think-
know that.
Because
We already know.
dyslexia screening here. We don't do the screening. It's right, it's a psychologist that does a diagnosis, right?
Yeah.
So because of this big, I think, push with reading, right, that the state is really pushing early literacy and reading. I think maybe this is part of it, is that we're gonna be identifying, students with
For the schools.
dyslexia.
Interesting.
So anyway, so we're anticipating there's gonna be an increase in enrollment of students with disabilities. So, there's gonna need to be funding associated with that. The other thing, the other priority would be continue to fulfill prior commitment to increase funding for at-risk students. Which would be students who score below proficient on, one of the approved assessments. Or limited English proficiency students who receive a score of 1 to 4 on English language. So that's another commitment, or another priority. Another priority, provide ongoing funding to support early literacy. And lastly, continue collaboration on public education funding mechanisms, which is very big. So, yeah, so there was a lot of talk about reading and literacy and special education. So that's still where I think the USBA is really wanting to make sure that there's adequate funding in the next legislative session. So that was, do you have, remember anything else that,
I mean, I would disagree that the wordsmithing that, I kind of enjoyed that process.
Did we have-
But all of our changes, the changes that we wanted didn't get implemented, unfortunately. But some did, I think, a little better, yeah. Oh,
You're next.
yeah, right, okay. I also checked out the, I was just curious about the grants to give people weekly lunches, at the charter school.
Oh, yeah.
So I went with my son and got a box, and it was huge. There was fresh produce and, I don't know if, like, does the school district relieved to not be doing it every day, or, do we have any say in that?
We didn't have a say in if
Yeah.
we got it or not. I would, not gonna speak on behalf of Sarah, but I would say with all of the changes that we have had to make and need to make throughout the summer, just because of the administrative review. It's a nice reprieve not to
Okay.
be worrying about preparing for
Yeah.
elections at the same time as we're trying to implement a bunch of these.
I think it's just. She's my own, I think they're using it to try out a different delivery model.
Yeah.
Than what's been standard over the years. Whatever reason, they felt like that was a good place to the pilot back to see if it worked out. Curious to see myself what the results are.
Yeah, and is that, I mean, will we potentially get it back or want it back, or, you know, we'll see.
how was it for
From
a lot of
the
people?
state.
There were, I mean, it was a little bit annoying because you had to, of course, scan the QR code,
Before you even went, did you?
like
scan?
when you were there, and I just told my son to get off his phone, and then, I don't know, it's was annoyed by that,
You need a smartphone to.
but I'm gonna, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, maybe there must be some paper.
My question was, what am I gonna do with all the shelf stable milk that they,
Yeah, there was
my
a-
children will not,
Did
I
you
went,
go?
oh, yeah, I
Yeah,
went.
yeah.
I went, and, cause I wanted to see what.
Yeah, but they did have some produce and.
Yeah, there were some
recipes.
photos and some,
Yeah, but there was some weird stuff too.
it kind of felt, you guys probably, but it kind of felt like the stuff that they give at the library.
Yeah.
If you have kids, yeah, it's just strange. It's like they've gotten both interesting things. Like,
You go.
it's not the first, I was the first week.
But at least they had like hummus and
Yeah.
wraps and things.
Yeah.
It was more than that.
Yeah, so I'm hoping to donate the shelf stable milk because my kids like, my kids like
Take
that.
it to the busing spots.
Yeah,
Okay, I think food bank as well. I think they would have stuff left over. Are they donating it? Yeah, nobody knows anything. Okay.
Is it like shelf, what kind of milk?
Or if you
Like
could
shelf
do
milk? Just like regular milk for kids, like the little baby
It's
milk?
like little.
You know,
Strawberry
yeah,
milk.
cartons of milk
Shop.
that you don't have in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Right.
Just wondering why you don't have to refrigerate stuff like that.
What's in it?
Okay. Anyway,
Yeah, I get that.
but it was a lot. It was a pretty good.
It was a
size
big box.
yeah.
It's a week's worth of food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 5 days.
Oh, 5 days.
For melon and, yeah.
I got,
Two kids?
yeah, 3 kids.
What, you got 3 boxes?
well, they merged, they have boxes of two for two, yeah.
Okay.
And it's lunch and a snack. When we were doing last year, right, we did breakfast, we sent home breakfast for the next morning. And we provided a lunch,
And we do that every day.
Every day.
and we did that every day. And on Fridays, we sent it home for the weekend, and every day it was different.
So now it's just all of them.
And now it's a big box. And also like, I got one the first week. And like your grain was a bagel and they gave you like a recipe card for like 5 different meals to make with the bagel as your base. And this last week, it was flatbread and 5 different meals to make with the flatbread. So my kids are not interested. They're like, we're sick of this.
I got tortilla.
Not big.
I got bagels.
You did? Oh.
What is the funding? Is that, so has it, even when we were doing it before, is there a special summer food fund from the state?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, next, what do you have anything?
Well, I was good as Bob. We just got
Okay.
that.
I just remember texting, I believe, which remind me, Stuart Adams lost his primary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just read that.
So
Yeah.
I'll make that note.
He's the president of the Senate.
He's like, yeah, he's the president and so.
He was, yeah, he will be.
Yeah, so that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll
Mhm.
communicate that. Popcorn. Yes,
So just a couple of quick things. One, reminder, we talked about it a little bit, but board retreat Wednesday,
7:30.
7:30.
Tuesday, why do you keep saying Wednesday?
Yeah, I think it's Wednesday.
My bad.
The 30th.
It's the 30th, it's Tuesday, 7:30 start,
Still June.
right?
And it's at USU.
It's a USU.
Still in June.
We may or may not have a breakfast for you.
I need to know that ahead.
Yeah, do we need to bring coffee?
And then second, one of the things that came out of the meetings that I attended last week concerning the big push for early literacy is the way that bill was crafted, it was written with the Superintendent's Association being very involved, but it was done very quickly. And also the sponsor of the bill is no longer running for office, so there's no one to really necessarily carry the bill.
Who was that?
Karen Peterson.
Okay.
So in that, the way it worked out with the fiscal note that was attached to it, one, I think it clearly wasn't enough, and two, there is a little, there are some districts that are disgruntled on how that played out. Some districts were bigger winners than others. I don't think we had any winners in our RISA, because it goes through the SCSC. So I wouldn't say that we had winners or losers, but it's definitely a hot topic, and I think you'll see that continue, that big literacy push, and the second phase of that will be funding. So just keep an eye on that, because we didn't get, for what the bill was intended to accomplish, we didn't get the funding to even come close to meeting what it was attempted to accomplish. So
Like, we didn't as ours,
as in a district, we did.
as
not.
a district?
Yeah, we did not. We got about enough money to pay for 3/4 of a pair, maybe not even
Oh, wow.
that,
Not even that.
2/3 of a pair. So that's where we're at. So that's just a hot topic to kind of follow. I'm sure you'll see some press about it, but that's all I got.
I have a question for you, Matt. I was looking over, the work session minutes, and so when you brought this up, did you guys discuss this, or this is what will be discussed?
No discussion, we didn't have any discussion, just a really entertaining slideshow that I put together for you guys.
So this is for this.
To just kind of get the thought process going. So that you come prepared, because
Wanna make
it
sure I'm
will be,
prepared.
our training will be heavily discussion based with us as a person. So.
I'm
Don't
excited.
prepare to talk.
No, me.
Okay,
So we're not.
advanced
Yeah, there must be a
planning.
lot of call.
All right, so we have the retreat, that is Tuesday, 7:30, that is at USU. Agenda planning. On the 1st, that's Wednesday, 11 a.m. Finance and audit question, because normally we don't have a work session in July.
I am not here that day, so
Okay.
it would have to be at another time. We're going to have a finance audit committee.
Actually, I'll be gone for part of July too. I should.
what is that?
Um. We are going. Both the 15th and the 22nd. Which are the Wednesdays, I'm done those days.
Me as well,
For the 15th and the 22nd?
yeah,
Okay,
so I'm here on the eighth.
Did we have something on the 22nd?
no.
We're asking if we're gonna do a work session.
Yeah,
So we're not doing it on the 8th?
well,
We have
that's
to
the
do
question,
this.
that's the question.
We should do it on the eighth and not.
Yeah.
The 15th.
Jerry, where are you gonna be?
Washington DC with Casey.
Oh,
She's competing at nationals for FCC.
you don't wanna, do you have a preference?
So there just won't be a lot of community.
No,
Having board meeting on the 8th? And call it good for July? Or canceling, I mean, we would have a forum, but I prefer at least 4.
Well, since we've just had the board retreat the week before,
Is there any action items that need to be,
No.
or do we push it to July 29th?
Yeah, June 30th is your major deadline, so we've cleared those with the fee schedule and stuff like that, so
Mm,
we could absolutely wait until the 29th.
You're not here on the 29th. You're gone every Wednesday, or you gone the whole, you're just,
Eighth, and I advocate for that day.
and then you're gone. My question would be, is if there's no business that needs to be,
I
Approved.
would be a little worried about the substance of having a meeting on the 8th.
yeah, because it's like
Well,
next week.
Yeah, it would be an opportunity for a work session that we could definitely, go over policy or any work session type asks that the board might have. As far as action items in business, I don't know that. If there's any
Okay.
sense in-
What if we did
I mean, I'm going back that day,
which one?
the 29th.
Just having a hard time with 2, I don't want 2 gone. Work session. So the option, board meeting on the
15th. I'm gonna find out. I'm definitely not here on the 22nd. I can't remember if I'm leaving on the 15th or the 16th, but
The 15th would not work for me.
okay.
Okay,
So then,
so it would be, board meeting on the 29th. Or work session on the 22nd. Either one of the, so either this work session on the 22nd, so no, but really, I would say we don't, if we're, there's no reason to do work. Yeah, I don't really want to do a work session if I would rather have a vote, a board meeting, but. 29th then, possibly,
for a
board meeting, short,
and we're not doing.
And then no work
finance audit.
session.
I know.
Finance on the 29th.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, just remind me.
Okay, all right, I just won't be on. So finance on the 29th.
That will be updated with that. With bandy programs.
and so nothing on the 8th or 15th.
Or the 22nd. Gotcha. Any of this stuff.
So we're saying if we're going to have a board meeting in July, it will be the 29th.
Yeah, we're not saying that, we're making it happen.
Okay. You just sounded.
No, I know. I'm being confident now.
Okay.
And same time, 5:15.
And no, let's move that.
So I did go out for the start of the school year.
Ugh, why would you do that?
I did that because there was not gonna be very much on the agenda around advanced planning otherwise, and because,
Okay, well, let us know when you are going to, what, we're looking on the week of the 13th.
July.
Yeah, I might be
For
gone,
what?
for agenda planning. Actually, I might be gone,
Oh,
but
I'm gonna have to do it virtually.
on that, for agenda planning,
The week of the 13th, I'll have to do it.
and you're gone the week of the 20th,
Yes.
and you're gone.
where are you?
Can we do it the week of the sixth? Can we do it that week?
Mhm.
For agenda? Like on that date?
Can we do 8?
But eighth agenda?
Oh, she's gone.
Oh.
What, how long,
You're done the eighth.
how long are you gone for?
Oh,
You're gone
whole
for a week.
well, you can do agenda planning that week, that's fine.
Okay.
I don't need to be there for that.
Bye. Bye. Let's do
Where's the girls look for it?
agenda planning. When was it? The first. To.
Not the 14th, right?
What? No, we're not. There, no. I'm gone. Somebody else is gone with me. We're gonna go move it to the 8th.
Agenda.
Agenda planning, July 8th, 11 AM.
And I'm gonna rearrange this.
Yeah, it's a mess. Okay. And finance, July, okay, great. Clinical safety, is that happening?
I don't know, they did not do it last
She,
month.
I think she said I thought she sent her email just June. They were taking off, I thought. Wow.
Okay.
Cause
Okay.
there were several people.
Somebody could let me know.
I can find out for you, cause I
Okay.
And you can just shoot Libby an email, but she'll know the schedule.
Prevention
yes.
happening, okay? All right, the board meeting 29th, great. Agenda planning, now the 8th. Here, I'm not gonna hit all these, but the main ones I'm gonna hit. August 13th is the teacher orientation. That is, we get introduced at the beginning.
Okay.
So not necessarily, not necessary, but nice. So it's a 8 o'clock start, right?
Yeah, on the 14th.
It says 13. Oh,
13th is noon.
oh my bad. Okay, hold on. When do you guys meet up here? Are you meeting up here?
Yes.
Are you
At
enjoying
8 o'clock
it?
here.
Oh, new team, that's right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It is. I was right. Okay.
So it's
August
either
13th,
At 8.
8 AM.
And it's just briefly here. We say hi.
Yeah, hi,
Okay.
I'm Melissa. This
Right,
is
right.
Kathy. Don't forget us, Pam. Okay,
And Libby just said, July 9th. We are planning for funds. I just thought that would be.
So, yes,
So.
no question.
Could you set out a reminder for the new teacher orientation possibly for?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And did we fix Brown Google Calendar? Did everybody
It's
get,
coming, Brown, I don't know, I mean, I got it, Brown.
so did you get invites to the new, to the, not, it's not new, but it's the Google Calendar for the school board?
Don't remember if
I
I
don't
have
think so.
talked to Fulton yet, and
I don't-
Well, you got
I
it.
made it brown, because you can change it, I changed it to brown.
You own the calendar.
I don't own it. I don't understand
Yes,
how I
sir.
could own it.
Because
because I didn't
Somehow I went in there after you and I tried. and they
You
did.
make the edits, right? You do the changes.
We'll look at it when we are done with the meeting.
Okay,
You own it.
I don't own it.
That's why, that's why.
I can't own something I don't. You update it, but I own it? Yeah, why it's brown. Okay, okay, teacher prep day is the 17th. Then we are gonna have a breakfast on the 18th at the middle
At the
school.
middle school. It's an hour long,
It's like an all staff thing.
all staff, hour long, no business. There's just
Is
gonna
that
be,
like opening institute, but we're not
Yes.
telling you that
it's just a
anymore?
breakfast social.
Okay.
With no business and, other than introduction of new staff. And if I get a microphone, I'll probably lose control and talk a little bit, but,
Aha.
So we're getting you a microphone.
but it's gonna be short and sweet. We're really honoring the request of the teacher, faculty and staff to have more time in their classroom.
The new teacher orientation, which one is it that we go to?
13,
Say it again.
The 13th.
the district office one. All right. First day of school, yikes,
20.
that's so soon. First day of school, first day.
Let me have grade after this.
That's gonna be a hallelujah day for
All
me. I'm already ready.
Mhm.
I'm gonna put that at family, except your senior year.
Prime time will go.
Clap-ins, there might be clap-ins.
I don't know, Jeremy used to plan this and Jeremy's gone.
I think we can still coordinate clap-ins.
Okay. So, and then kindergarten days are separated and all kinder. So, any other things? Anybody? It's before school starts. You just go, welcome, and they get a,
I know the day preschool starts and I forgot. So I will put that on the one.
and then, the truth and taxation is what day? August 19th?
August 19th.
Okay, that's an important one.
Yeah, 6 o'clock.
And we're all, so the recommendation with the changes is, I know in the past we've done TNT and then we've moved into the budget hearing and approved the budget. The recommendation is just to do the truth and taxation hearing that night and at their next board meeting. Have,
Great idea. I love it.
So is there,
Thank you.
so there's no, is there a board meeting that night?
Yeah, there is.
Also, yeah, okay.
But I love that.
What did you say? So it's gonna be,
just the truth and taxation hearing on the 19th.
okay,
And
and the
then,
public isn't invited, I mean. the
Yes,
public is-
yes,
Yes.
but not approval of the
On the
budget.
same
on
night.
Doing it
Oh,
at the following
excellent,
board
excellent,
meeting.
excellent, yes,
That's
excellent.
amazing.
Yes.
Have a regular
Very
board meeting.
yes.
Confusing.
Just.
You will have to have a regular board meeting.
Like a week
I
later?
think, yeah, so I will double check, but I can do the truth and taxation hearing. And if you'd like, at the same time, I can do the public hearing for the budget. But you don't
But no
have to
voting.
approve it, but you don't vote on it. Or I can just do the truth and taxation and then the board meeting, you could do a public hearing for the budget and then vote on it that night. But I mean, they both can be done on the truth and taxation night. But it is just recommended that you vote on it a week later so that you all can think about it and take their input and whatever it may be.
Yes.
And I think, this is just, it's such a treacherous process that has been put in front of us too. And it's really. The externalities are amazing to me. We're actually. Doing a tax savings and having to jump through numerous hurdles to do so. But. In the erring on the side of caution, I think. Your truth and taxation hearing. Is your truth and taxation hearing, and it's the only meeting you do that in. It's just. Truth and taxation.
Do you recommend then discussing the budget, not that same day?
Nope.
No, just
think
truth
the
and
budget
taxation,
can
so it'd be like
done-
15 minutes,
Well, I make, depending on
unless you
public,
have a, right.
depending on public comment,
Right.
but, I mean, do you disagree with that on the side of caution?
I think it makes.
Well. Yes and no. I think you need to have the budget discussion there so you can see why you're proposing the truth and taxation and where it falls into that, but it could just be the capital.
Well, what I like about that though, Matt, I'm gonna disagree because I feel like if people are coming out, they would to hear. All of it, they're gonna do a public comment section, they would rather do it one night than.
And we'll
Come
just,
to.
I think that's fine. We'll just do everything in our power to make sure that we're not getting caught up.
Can be separated.
any minor technicality.
Yeah.
Because that originally, that was the first recommendation is, hey, just do that, that's the only business, and then it was, well, you can do this.
Double check with the state tax commission. Matthew's not. He used to be giving me more information than he does now, but I think they're also treading in new waters.
Mhm.
But I will check with them and then with the county. Both counties to see if that's okay.
Okay.
Because I like it too, because I think when you do truth and taxation, it flows naturally into the budget.
Like, what
And
is this
so
going
It
for,
would
right?
kind of just be. Like, it
Especially
would
if
be weird
questions are
standing
asked,
alone.
like if there's questions, like, what is that? What are you doing with that? And then you say, well, you can refer to this budget, this is what we're doing.
Are you saying truth in or aid?
Truth in.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, it's in.
I thought it was and,
It's here. Needs to be.
Why not?
Oh, yeah,
truth and.
Truth in.
And.
I know, and you know what? I do it both ways. Half the time I do it one way.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh,
In.
Never even thought about it. In taxation. Learn something new. Okay, any other things?
So we would have the next one on the 26th.
Would be the board meeting, right?
Just has to be before August 31st.
To approve the budget.
Whether you approve the truth and whether you approve the proposed new rate or you keep it as the state auditor had suggested, but I have to have it turned into the state auditor by the 31st of August.
All right,
So you decided it was in,
and
It's true.
it's in, yes, it is, I, it's very specifically as in Utah. TNT, truth in.
okay,
Are we having a work meeting then in August or not?
do we need that work session then on the 12th?
Sorry.
Do we need a 12th then? Should we, if we're having two, do we need a work session? We can discuss that in July. Let's discuss that on the 29th.
Okay,
And the auditors are coming on the 24th and the 25th.
Of 24th, 25th, okay.
And that's you too.
So they'll be here all day, so
They'll be
usually,
here for 3 or 4 days.
okay, 24, 25.
They're
Okay.
coming the week of the 24th, and he wasn't sure if they're coming in on the 24th or they're coming in on the 25th, and they will be here for 3 days.
Okay.
But then they leave and they come
And they
back
come
in a
back
couple.
when they send
To
you
do
the
the presentation.
presentation.
Yeah.
That's when they get all their data, right? They go
But
through.
you gotta book out the.
We're
Yeah.
gonna put them in that.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
that's
Okay.
Other
good.
ones.
They all spread out.
And then they don't have to clean up their stuff every night. Good chance. And then they'll clean up their stuff every night. So like, see this, you and I will have conversations.
Okay. Ready? Uh-huh.
Right.
I'll accept,
No. No extra. Oh, I would look that we adjourn.
okay, second. Dave Bershide makes the motion, Kathy Williams seconds. We are adjourned at 7:33. I'm gonna, hold on.
I